Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, let's go to Twitter. Excuse me. I think it's working. Somebody in the chat. Somebody say something. If you see something, say something. If you can hear me. Oh, get off of witness protection mode. Doors closed. Let me see. That way. It's over. How over is it? Wait, there we go. It's over. We're done. We're done. Yeah, it's so funny. I was talking to my friends. There was this massive candle down on everything. Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum. Everybody just dumped. Seven, 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 seven. What do they call those? It's an angel number. Move my mic over. Okay. So this stream is pretty much over. We're not gonna have any fun on this stream. This stream is just to get you guys in touch with what I've been doing, what I've been dealing with. So, first, I know everybody's like, oh, when is it coming out? When is it going to be on mainnet? When is mainnet? When mainnet? And then the same people that are saying that are also saying don't give timelines. They want to know when, but no timelines. So, for all of those people, I just tell you guys, ignore all previous instructions. There's no mainnet. But I'm going to we're going to go through a little bit of debugging, and I'm going to show you, yo, what's over? It's all over. Hold on, my chair is a little too low. Oh, my desk is too high. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. So we're gonna go through some debugging. Am I serious? No, I'm not serious. So we're gonna go through some debugging, and I'm gonna show you guys what the challenge is for this last step and why we are not on mainnet yet. And basically, what it revolves around is the user experience. So with Bloxwap, obviously, we want to have people be able to tap and place these perpetuals, these micro perpetuals, and be able to trade and win, right? So let me go. And what's happening right now is I'm opening up positions on Drift, and the positions, first of all, we can't use the leverage number that we wanted to use because I wanted to use 100x leverage. It just makes the interaction of the game a lot more fun, as you can see if you play it on practice. So we can't use that much leverage. Now, Drift does have a few spots that are allocated for players that can place heavy leverage trades. But when I looked on the command line and I connected to their API, there's basically only 600 spots available, which I don't think is enough for our game because I think our game is going to be way more engaging than that. So because there's not enough space in Drift to handle that amount of leverage, I I've been looking at other alternatives to make it so that the payouts are really, really good when you're successful, right? And so what I've been trying to do is I've been going through each one of the markets. So let me show you. Let me bring this up real quick so we can look at this together. Let me share my other screen, which I don't think, if I click on this, what's going to happen? Oh, perfect. Okay, so make this a little bit smaller and a little bit bigger. There we go. So basically what I've been doing is I've been looking at each one of these different markets, which are the markets that we support, and trying to figure out which market we can have the best gaming experience. Because we might not actually be able to have this game work without the high leverage on all of these markets. So obviously, this is the Ethereum market. It's bouncing around a good bit in these dollar ranges. This is the Bitcoin market. And so it's bouncing around a lot. And these are $10 ranges. So this actually looks like a good place to actually build the game. Like Bitcoin's got a lot of volatility and there's a lot of opportunity for you to play and win. Now, the one thing that we can't do right now is these leverage limits, we can't go up to 100. The Drift API caps us out at 20x leverage, which is fine. What that means is that we just need to be able to have the price move up and down more. We need more volatility, more dollar amounts up. So the challenge is, right, if I click here, this is a $4 perp, right? And it moves up $10. There's a bunch of multiplication and math, but you want to be able to have this pay out more than $4 and a penny, right? You want this to be able to pay out $4 and have you pay out $40. Or maybe you paid in $4 and it pays out $12, which you could theoretically do if you could turn the leverage all the way up, right? But because we're gonna be capped, we can't support that right now. So what I'm going to do is basically go through this process, and I think we're going to have to eliminate some of these markets because the payouts on some of these smaller markets is way too low for us to be able to actually support playing the game. So it's one of those things where we might not be able to actually have we might not be able to support these multiple markets. The game might even be simpler than it is today, where you basically just open the game, you're always trading Bitcoin, and you're always trading on 20x leverage. And then I'm going to have to figure out how to roll back into adding these other markets, or figure out maybe we build, because Drift is actually open source. Maybe we can fork Drift, create our own version of Drift, and then have our own leverage limits so that we're not capped by whatever the cap limit is. And it could also be a technical cap. I don't know. I don't know why Drift is limited it to 600, but it is capped at 600. I was talking to them, I guess this morning and yesterday, and they're thinking maybe we could make like an exception for a few accounts, but that would be really hard, especially let's say if we have 100 people playing at the same time. Drift also has its customer base. And so I don't know if they're going to be willing to say, hey, let's just allocate all of our large positions to, this product that sits on top of our protocol. So there's a bunch of little questions like that I've been going through, having conversations with the Drift team over the weekend. And then, just thinking about myself in terms of how to get this to work in a way where the experience will be awesome for any user that comes to play. And the reason I'm saying that is because I think a lot of people want the game to be out, last month, right? And so do I, because this game actually is. I think this game could be a really nice product for the crypto space that makes it very easy for retail people to understand or to use crypto in a way that's like very fluid. It's very very game-like, very interactive, and it gives you quick, instant feedback. The challenge is that if the game comes out and everybody just clicks and everybody's just down only, we're not gonna have a flywheel, right? So the whole hub that we have here, right? So if I go to our hub, right, and I click here, and we have the the rewards flywheels, right? So this whole buyback flywheel, right? This is not going to be successful if when you play the game, there's no buy and burn to trigger this flywheel, right? If you're trying to play this game and you're waiting for the flywheel and there's no buy and burn to actually trigger this, right? So we have this we have this rewards button, right? We want to do a buy and burn to help the token and support the ecosystem. If there's no revenue coming in, then and this game is not fun, then this pie is not going to get bigger. The whole game's not going to be successful. So right now, we're optimizing for success. And I know there's been some messages like the main account has posted like, hey, we're going live on Friday, we're going live on Monday. I'm going to hold some of those messages back now because obviously people are expecting this thing to drop and they don't realize that I'm building it and developing it and I'm trying to figure out what's going on in real time with the community. And also thanks to everybody who's been supportive and who's been helping and who's been kind of who's been patient because we want this to be successful, right? The goal for this is to be another pillar on the Solana ecosystem that people can interact with and give people more contracts to interact with on Solana, right? I think, the reason why I started this project, a few months ago was that I feel like there's not enough projects in crypto that people get to play and get to experience crypto. There's a ton of infra, right? Everybody has a new blockchain. There's like a new blockchain every week. And while that's interesting, it's not as exciting for me or anybody who's in retail. No retail person cares about the nth blockchain that's coming out. Maybe the airdrop farmers do, or the people that are insiders that are going to get an airdrop, who aren't even farmers, but they might be devs. They care about it. But for me, I want to build something that I can go literally to anybody on the street in any city. They don't have to speak English. They don't have to know what's going on. I can show them the game. I can press 2 buttons, have them experience it, see how it works, and then be able to say, this is how you can use crypto. This is a, censorship resistant peer-to-peer product that is built on top of a blockchain, right? So that's why I started this, and that's what I want to make it become. But I also want to make sure that the experience for the users is going to be awesome, right? And so if I click here and then let's say this doesn't pay out, right? This just always loses money, right? Then people are going to be like, I don't like this game, right? They're going to be like, this is not fun. Why would I play this game? It's not fun. And so I don't want that to be the experience when people start. So I'm willing to put up with or willing to tolerate. That's not like tolerate. I mean, all of your feedback is good. I understand. You guys are excited. You guys want this thing to come out. So I'm with you. Trust me. Nobody wants this thing to launch more than I do, because this is going to be an amazing project when it comes out. Like, it's going to go bananas, but it's not going to go bananas if the user experience and the payouts don't work properly, right? And so, and the goal right now is I'm trying to get the payouts, the successful payouts, to be as big as possible. Like, I want you to click and put, I want you to click here. And then if this crosses, you go from $7 to like $12, right? I want this. I would love it if you clicked on this and it went from $7 and you got $70 back, right? I'm trying to figure out how we can work in the constraints of the ecosystem that's available to make that payout as big as possible for each user that's playing the game. Because the more you win on this, the better success you have. Yeah, you might hit one thing where you get liquidated, but if you can get some good payouts and have a great experience, then that drives the flywheel. That helps you want to talk to other people and on-ramp them onto the product. So that's what's been taking a bit of time. And so what I'm going to do today is we're going to go through and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm fighting with. So this is my dev environment right here. Over here is like some configuration. Close that. Configuration. This is Drift. This is like the actual Drift exchange. And then down here, I actually built my own Drift. Wait, can you see? Maybe I should. I know what I'm going to do. This code here. I'm just going to use this other way. So I'll put this over here. So I built literally my own Drift client. So if I go here, I can do bun drift balance, right? Oh, or I can't. Oh, I'm not signed in over I move this? Yay. Okay, cool. So this is checking balances. So this is an account that I have on Drift. There's $61 in here. You can see that I have this wallet. It's just like the public key for this wallet that I have just sitting on my computer. There's some SOL in here. This is my my Drift account. I have no P&L, so this is what's actually in my wallet. So if this was on Phantom, you would see 61 USDC. You can see that I have no money in my Drift account. I'm basically broke over there. And so Drift has a bunch of commands, and I have all these commands over here: balance, cancel, close, deposit, diagnose, because sometimes stuff gets stuck, orders, trade, and watch. And so the goal here is so if we go in here and we say, and so also if you check the market, right, we're on BTC perpetual. So that means we're on this market. Oops. We're in this market right here. Oh, another really good question that somebody asked me was, if we want volatility, right, we want to play this game in some of these markets that are volatile, why don't we pick something else, like pick a different token, right, that maybe has more volatility? And the answer is that, and this is actually something that you see in a lot of like poly market bets and stuff. Like we actually even saw this with, if you watch the Coinbase earnings, there was actually an issue, or not an issue, but like you could see what happens when you have a market with very low volatility, right? There was like, I think Brian Armstrong did an earnings call, and then at the end of the earnings call, somebody sent him all the words that were in the poly market bet, and then he just read them all off. Now, does somebody have a position open at Coinbase and then they just made a bunch of money or whatever? Who knows? But when the market has a low volatility, it has a low volume, that is probably not a market that you want to try to like jump into and really start to like play around with and try to figure out, okay, how are we gonna trade in this market? So there are other tokens that have way more volatility, but they have way less liquidity and way less liquidity and way less trading. So the reason why we're picking specifically, we're starting with Solana, ETH, and Bitcoin is because pretty much on every DEX, on every perp DEX, so like Hyperliquid, Drift, any perp DEX, they all support leverage trading on these deep liquidity price options or these deep liquidity markets. The other thing is that, and so what we want to be able to do is we want to make sure that you're playing in a game that's as fair as possible, right? I don't want you to trade some random token. Like I don't want you to trade Bloxwap token and then all of a sudden somebody buys like a bunch of it, and then they buy it and they also do a bunch of longs and they make a bunch of money because they can control both sides of the market, right? Now, if people buy Bloxwap, cool, but I don't want them to mess up the game for everybody else, right? And so what we're trying to do is use markets that have deep liquidity, that have a way for you to do perpetuals on them, and then that also have enough volatility so that the payouts are quick or the liquidations are quick, right? So that's why we're looking at these three markets: Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. And if you went to like Bloxwap.com, you would see those three markets as well. Let me see if I can open up another browser. We're going to go to HTTPS, Bloxwap.com. Oh, it just replaced that. Fantastic. So yeah, so that's why like these markets here that you see, these are the markets that we're looking at because they are supported by every perpetual, pretty much every perpetual product. So that is, that's why we're going with these assets that people know about. Let me get some comments in here. What's going on, Fred? And what's going on, Divine? So we go back to, there we go, GM. So we're picking these three markets. Now the question is, how do we make the experience great for a user? So like, as you can see, I'm connected to this BTC perp market. So if I do balance again, the price should be around like 92,500, right? So yeah, 92,574, right? So the price is jumping around. Now, there are a couple of configurations that I can set to make this game work properly, right? So I have in the game, right? If you go, oh my gosh, I need a new tab. How do I get a new tab in here? Can I make a new tab? Hold on one second. I'm gonna hide my screen because I don't know what's gonna happen if I click on something I shouldn't. And I'm trying to figure out new text file. Nah, what? New tab. One second. Take a screenshot, hard reload, select element. I just do that. That made a new tab, but not a new tab that I want. Okay. Okay, I'll just go back to the screen here. Okay, so if you see the, if we look at the app, right, each one of these jumps here is what is in the game is called a step, right? So if you click here, what you're saying is 92,597 and then go up by $10. So I think that if I click here, I'm placing a $5 perp long that I think the price is going to go up by $10, right? And so that is a $10 jump is enough for you to actually get a payout that would actually be a decent payout if you're going to make a little bit of money on it, right? If the price was moving like crazy, right? Like that move right there, and you place the perp up a couple of boxes, your payouts can be bigger and bigger and bigger because you're moving up more dollar amount, right? Instead of going up $10, you might be going up $20 or $30, right? So like that move right there would have been a $30 move if you pick something up here. So if you do that, you're going to get a better payout. And that's kind of what we're trying to figure out, is how to get this UI to be nice and smooth. Uh-oh, it's going crazy. It does that sometimes. I need to figure out why. But how do we get this UI smooth enough so that it can handle those types of payouts? So we have this step, the step feature, which is in the environment variable. So that's this. So the price step, I'm going to set it to $10 because I think each step being $10 is going to be good enough for us to test this out. So now what I'm going to do is, I think, yeah, all of my balance is here. So I'm just going to do a bun drift transfer. Deposit. So what happens with drift is that you actually, the money, when you put your money into your wallet on Bloxwap, it's actually just sitting in your regular wallet. Like if you exported your private key, you would just see it there. But what happens is when you start the game, it transfers the money from your wallet into the drift, basically the drift protocol. So that drift is managing it, and they can basically interact with your money. So now if I go look at my balance here, you'll see that the $61 that was in my wallet is now gone. And then you'll see that inside of my drift account, I have $61 in here, right? So that means I can open up positions. Now my max leverage is, high leverage mode is off. So my max leverage is 20x, right? So then I have another command that I wrote over here called drift. Oh wait, was this gonna work? Drift bun drift balance or watch. Okay, I need to sign in. Give me 1 second. Let me sign in over here. I don't even remember what the command is. Maybe I should put that in the README as well. Eval something. Let me see if I can find this command. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna put this in here. Bun sign in. Give me 1 second. I need to add a new command. Sorry. I'm trying to sign into my my 1Password account so I can log into this. Okay. I think that's good. So if I do bun drift watch. Hmm. Why did this not work? Oh, I bet you I know what the problem is. Yep, doesn't like that. Okay, cool. This command I can get rid of because this doesn't work. All right, let's go back. Wrong one. Okay, so clear. So I have this watcher here, and this watcher will basically watch when I open up orders. Okay, so oops. So oh, I have 2 orders open. Oh, this might have been from last night. That's funny. Oh no, 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 that's not from last night. Clear. Let's watch this. Okay, so why does it have 2 orders open? Oh, this is just the current price. Oh, the updater thing is not smooth. Okay, so we just need to look at this bottom version because it's the updating thing is not working clearly. So this is all we got to look at. So now if I go over here and I do, I'm going to do drift, and I'm going to basically simulate what I would do on the game. Drift, trade. So if we go back over here to Bloxwap, the way I have it structured is like every one of these boxes is 1 second, which is $1. So we're going to do like a $10 bet. Actually, let's just open it, make this higher. So that's like clicking out here, or that's 9. This is $10, right? And since Bitcoin seems to be dumping, we'll actually just go 1 step down. So this is saying we're going to go $10 down based on what I said before. And then we're going to do a short, which means that we think the price of Bitcoin is going to go down. And then we're going to do the 20x leverage on our trade. So if we click on that, this will create a perp trade that's a leverage short trade to go down. So if we go back, right, now inside of our account, we have a trade open. Here it is. This is our perp position that just opened, right? So this thing, oh, it closed. Okay, so did we make money or did we lose money? All right, so this is what I've been basically doing for the last couple of days. It's like, did we win or did we lose? Something happened. We either got liquidated or we made money. Let me figure this out. So beforehand, we had $61 in here. And then now, let's check our balance. $61.48. We still have the same amount. Oh no, we have 64. Oh, so we made money. Let's go. All right, so that would have basically Bitcoin must have dropped. So that's the kind of like, so we had $61. We did a $5 trade and we made like about $4. It looks like. So if I go should we do another one? Hold on, I need like, this is the problem. All these charts here. Oh, this was it. This is what we just made money on. That's funny. The problem with like all these chart things is like Bloxwap runs at like 10-second chart. So you basically need like a 1-second chart, but there's nothing in crypto runs this fast. Everything is like 1-minute chart at the fastest. I guess like Pump Fund actually runs fast, but so let's do another one. We'll do another short here and see what will happen. So once we do the short, we should see it pop up here. There should be the watcher stopped. It might have. I forgot that the watcher stops as soon as you have a successful trade. Oh, we already lost. We got liquidated. I can already tell because we're down now. We had $64 and I think we're down. Let's see. Check our balance. 61.31. And what did we have before? 61.76. Okay. So let's do one more short. Let's see if this shows up in here. Okay, there it goes. Wait, why are we on long? No. S is not long. Oh, we just got liquidated again. Okay. See, this is a bug. Okay, so let's talk to the bot. Making the positions long. All right, let me see. Let's see. We got some questions in the chat. Let's go to the chat here. Let me get this confusion out of here. So let's go to the chat. So let's see. Appreciate your work, sir. What do you need for designer work? I'd love to apply, but not sure I have what it takes. So I appreciate it. Thank you for offering to help. I mean, right now, I'll tell you all the stuff that I'm doing on the back end, and then because I'm doing all of that as well, and then I'll kind of explain a little bit more about what I'm looking for, because I basically want somebody who can basically do everything that I'm doing and just do more. So I'm obviously doing all the Figma stuff, all of the website design, which, you know, it's a lot of templates, but I would love somebody who knows how to like do custom design work. All the logos, so there's a lot of SVG work, like vector graphic work. All of the Twitter cards, like every time you see a Twitter card or something posted, I'm trying to build a theme and a style to that, but I don't really have like a specific style. I would love for that to all be cohesive in terms of a brand experience. All of the tutorial videos, like I have a couple of tutorial videos that I've been working on that explain the game like visually, so you can see like, hey, this is what happens, and it's like a talk along. I'm going to be doing that. There's some 3D like animation stuff that I use for recording iPhone videos that I've just been using for, I don't know, a few years. So that type of stuff, I need somebody who can do that. I'm also doing like the brand packs. So I want to basically turn our Figma into a way that people can get brand assets. So if you want a screenshot of the game, or a screenshot of the LMSR version, or a screenshot of the, you know, Dex version, or we have a bunch of little assets, logos and all that stuff. I want it to be very, hold on, let me get this thing here. One second. The bot's asking me a question. There's also that encompasses it, right? So there's quite a bit of pieces. So, and then the future things that I want, right? Like I want to be able to do like a nice video animations. The other day, I was trying to explain how the OR protocol transforms into, what's it called? OR can transform into like Euphoria or Rush.trade or any of these other programs. So like I can walk you through like my thought process on it, right? But I feel like a quick little 20-second or 30-second video would do much better, and it'd be a lot more interesting and engaging than me trying to explain it, you know, manually. But basically, if you guys haven't seen this game or Supply, this is basically like a random number generator, right? So you pick one of these boxes, and then there's OR in these boxes. And if you pick the right box, like I can click on this, right? And right now I'm not connected, so I'm not actually playing. But if you clicked on this and you were connected, you would place down some soul, buy some OR, and then there's 20 seconds remaining. So once these boxes all elapse, the winner gets the OR. Now, this game here is the exact same thing as Euphoria. It's the exact same game. It's just that Euphoria has a vertical line instead of a box. And then instead of these things holding OR, they're holding whatever the asset is that they're holding. And then instead of it's taking 1 minute to resolve. So yeah, I didn't win. This one won. So instead of taking 1 minute to resolve, these like tap trading games resolve in, maybe a couple of seconds. Instead of the price oracle being a random number generator, the price oracle is the actual price of whatever the underlying asset is, And so you basically just, and then instead of just having this one block, which represents this 1 minute window, 1 minute interval, you have a full range of prices, right? So you have this whole thing, right? You have the left to right. So, I would love to explain that in a nice little image and have these boxes transform into like the other game, but I want somebody who can do those types of animations, right? And I could do them, but I'm also trying to do a bunch of other stuff, and I think the when mainnet people have kind of taken over everything else, right? So it's stuff like that, right? I want somebody to be able to help with that type of stuff. And what else is there? Let me see. I actually have it's funny. I actually have a job thing that I put together. Oh, the other thing. So once we start doing our marketing, right? I want to be able to create more marketing content, right? We had the Bloxwap challenge, which I think was a pretty good little foray into getting a bunch of people to do a lot of creative stuff for the project. But the question that I have now is, okay, how do we produce our own content and put it out through our own channels, right? So if you're a designer, hopefully you know how to use like Kling or any VO, V3 or any of these things to create branded content, so that, and obviously I think that's going to be in cooperation with a growth person. But how do you do that? Also, cohesive branding. Right now, there's like a kind of a brand for Bloxwap, but it's really not. It's not polished and it's not refined like I would like it. And so that's another thing. It's like, how do we get some cohesive branding around the product and the experience? The other thing is, right now, this is just a website, right? But I definitely want to take this to mobile, right? And so what does the mobile experience look like? What does the mobile on-ramping? How making the current on-ramping better? And so it's really requires somebody who understands like branding, understands web development, understands mobile development. I mean, the title that I put is a staff designer, right? You've had to kind of like touch everything when it comes to design, and probably also have some skills in terms of like a little bit of actual engineering when it comes to actually building stuff. So the thing is, I've worked with people like this. I have friends that are already doing this, but they're working at VC-backed companies where they're getting paid, over $1 million in total comp, and they're not going to come just join me to just screw around on nights and weekends and work on this. So, but that's kind of what I'm looking at, is that level of dedication, that level of commitment, that level of experience, and really I want somebody who's like really into crypto, right? I don't want somebody who's just like, hey, I just need a contract and I just want to come do this for like 2 weeks and then go out. So I appreciate you reaching out, because I definitely do think that there is somebody out there who this job is going to be perfect for, especially if they're into crypto and they want to see consumer crypto experiences, not like just, minting meme coins or something, but like actual interactivity on the blockchain, like how it was designed to be used. I think that's kind of what I'm looking for when it comes to designer. So thanks for the question. Let's see. Just joined. What's the status exactly? Bro, it's over. You didn't see the title? It's over. Title, over. Nah, we're still figuring stuff out. Oh, I see somebody in the chat. Fudman1. This is not Fudman1. Kevo, also curious, this guy here. Yeah, we're still figuring stuff out. I'm just going through trying to figure out how to make this game as engaging as possible, so that when people are playing, they're having a great time and they want to tell other people about it. So there's like a one or two last little things that I'm playing around with, and I'm doing it live with everybody else, but I'm also answering questions. So if I was by myself, I'd probably be going a little bit faster, but I think it's better to show you guys what I'm doing, because you guys are all my managers now, apparently. And so I want to make sure that the management team knows that their boy is working. The dev is working. The dev is deving. There he is. What just happened? Yo, chat. I think I just got rugged. I think I just got rugged. Okay, yeah, I got rugged. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so I don't even, all my comments got erased. So you guys are going to have to ask your questions again. But the last comment that I remember seeing was was from Milkman asking about the fees and if the fees are going towards the, hold on, I talked this. All right, the internet did die. Okay, so sorry, the last question. All right, so I'm gonna need all the comments. Everybody who posted a comment up to Milkman's last question. I remember his question. I'm gonna start there and I'm gonna continue. Something happened to the stream and it died. So this is a visualization that I had a designer create for me, and this is basically how the game is going to be structured. So what happens is every time you click on one of these blocks, you're obviously paying money. There's a fee that gets transferred when you create a prediction, right? And the fee is supposed to, it's like 1%. It's supposed to be a very small amount. So $6 is going to be what, 6 cents or something, right? And that goes to the platform. So for every click, there's a fee that goes to the platform. Now that fee gets broken up into these rewards here. So the way the structure is set up is that those fees are going to be broken apart into this distribution right here. So 10% is going to go to the team. That's the people that are working on it, that are building it. 20% is going to go to the community. That's the people who are helping out. So the people that have like contracting out, the people that are doing moderation, all that stuff that are helping out with actually making this project better. That's those people. 30% is going to go to prizes. So we plan to host like competitions, in the next, 2 hours, who can have the best P&L, etc. We plan to host those on top of our platform and then have rewards for that. And this is designed to basically reward the people that are playing and actually using the product, right? Because I don't think not everybody's going to sit in all 4 of these categories, clearly, because the team there's only one guy from what I've heard. But if you're in any of these categories, you're going to benefit. And then the 40% of this one, these pennies that come back here, of these pennies, is going to go to the buyback and burn, right? So the pump fund money is not going to be used for this. The pump fund money is basically right now it's just being used to bootstrap everything and make sure that this whole thing can come up. So it got spent on RPC infrastructure. So with Helios, it got spent on Privy infrastructure. So that's why you can go here, you can click play live, you can click login, and you can click login with Twitter. And it just lets you click this authorize app and then your account gets created. We're using Privy for all of this. And so this is how you would log in. And so I have $70 in here. It's on mainnet, guys. It's on mainnet. I got $71. But if I click, nothing happens. So that's the problem. But that's how the fee distribution is going to work, right? Actually, let me log out of here. Log out. So yeah, this is how the fee distribution is going to break down. And so this is coming from the fees that are generated by the game, not the fees that are generated from Pump Fund. And honestly, these fees are probably going to be way better than any of the Pump Fund fees will ever be. And the other thing is I built a speculation page for all of the people that like to speculate. You can go to here, bloxwap.com, go to rewards, speculate. And you can come in here and you can click a button and see, based on the current price, this is reading the actual Bloxwap pools. This is actually reading the actual Bloxwap liquidity. Actually, it's only reading the liquidity in the pump fund pool. It's not reading the liquidity in the other pools. But you can go in here and say, okay, what if it was $10,000 of buy pressure? It would send the price up about 18%, right? So this is just a very interesting way to see what would happen to the price based on these fees that come out, based on this reward, these reward distribution. So when $1 million buyback, oh, hold on. We get back to Fudman1 over here. Okay, so Fudman1 wants to know when $1 million buyback. Dude, I would love, what does that do? Oh my gosh. 18x the price of whatever Bloxwap is now? Yeah, that would be goofy. there would be no marketing needed. This by itself would do all the marketing. You guys would be on X yelling at everybody, telling everybody how they missed it, and you're going to be driving and buying a Lambo or whatever. So we'll see how that goes. But I need to finish this first, and this needs to be working properly so that we can even get to this. We cannot get here if we do not if I don't finish this code. Okay. So all you guys keep asking me when, sir. Trust me, I'm on it too. I want to know when, sir, too. So back to the questions. Is what over? What is over? Oh, my project. This project is over. That's what's over. Project's over. Oh, the other post is still here. Oh, that's funny. My thing retained it. Okay, so this is the milkman comment. Perfect. Get rid of that. Let's see. Okay. Is it possible to create a shared account on Drift so Bloxwap users can place trades under one or two shared high leverage enabled accounts? It is, but it would be complicated because if you do that, then theoretically somebody could take over somebody else's account, right? Like you're trading all in the same pool of money. And I think right now it's just easier to just have separate accounts. And I think I would say, coming from like a first principles, not invented here syndrome type of background, I would say it's probably maybe not easier, but you could have a conversation with investors and say, hey, we want to basically take Drift how it is and build a version of it where we can run our own liquidity and control our own leverage. And, we'll take the risk, but we'll figure out how to set it up so that we can make this thing actually go faster. But there is a way to have multiple sub accounts for sure. I don't know if we can have everybody share the sub accounts without having everybody share the liquidity and basically have certain people be able to like liquidate other people. I don't know if there's a way to control, like say, hey, when you log in, you're only allowed to spend, 5%. Basically, you have a pro rata equity distribution of the pool that you're allowed to spend. I'm not sure if there's a way to do that, but I can look into it. I'll look into it later and see, but I'll probably look into it after I get this thing working the way it's working right now. Because the Drift API it's got some interesting caveats to it. What have I missed? Just got here. Nothing. Nothing really. I'm just doing some testing. It's over. That's what you missed. Is it possible? Okay, you already asked this, and then I already answered these. Okay, if you there were a bunch of people that asked a bunch of questions in between now, and I missed all of them because my internet crashed. Now, I live in the hood. This internet here is so bad. My gosh. It's supposed to be in the future. All right, anyways. Back to what I was doing. Okay, so this is what we were doing, okay? We're actually testing this thing. So let's see. So let's check our balance. How much money have we lost since we started this little agenda? Okay, so we're down to $60. So we definitely lost money. Definitely lost money. Oh, because the longs were short. That's why. Okay, so all right, where do we oh, this got stuck too. That's funny. Everything died. Okay, let's refresh Drift. Come on, browser. Wait, is it dead again? Why is this not loading? Okay, there we go. All right, hold on, one other question. Let me go back to this so I can see it. Wait, where'd it go? Okay, here we go. It says, forking Drift would be diminishing the purpose. No. The point is not to bootstrap liquidity ourselves. Yeah, drift. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So I don't want to do that. I'm just saying that is an option. Like you got to think, Hyperliquid was able to basically hoover up all of the liquidity across all of these markets, right? By offering a product that everybody wanted to play with, everybody wanted to interact with. Obviously, there was airdrops associated with that, but there was also a product that's very engaging. So one of the things that I've realized, and I have a few friends that work at or they work, yeah, they worked at Flashbots, right? And one of the things is like Flashbots was an interesting business. And in talking to some of my friends here in the city, they were saying that it's hard to run like the back end of a business without having a great front end of the business. And like, so Drift has a great front end, right? You can go there. It's kind of like Axiom style or Hyperliquid style. You have this really nice user experience, and it's great for somebody who's a technical trader who wants to do charts and who wants to draw lines and who wants to draw shapes and patterns and put on fib levels and put on Heikin-Ashi candles and all of that stuff. It's great for that. But for a retail person, they're going to go there and be like, there's too many buttons, there's too many colors, there's too many dots, there's too many numbers. I don't like this. And so I think there's a space for a different type of product that exists that also taps into the same liquidity. But the thing is, if we can't make our product experience as good as we need to get it, obviously I want to work with Drift, right? Because they are the leaders, I think, in terms of Solana. I've heard of a couple of other things coming out, but I'm not too sure about what people are building. But I would rather use Drift because I know Drift is a trusted protocol. They've been out forever. They're fully open source. They're fully on chain. You know, it's the ideal product to use. But if there's constraints in the protocol that make it so that our product doesn't work well, that's where we need to figure out how to make it work better. Because again, I think this product works well on Bitcoin, but if we try to go down to Solana, it might not even work on Solana because Solana's volatility is too low, the price movement is too low, the returns are not going to be as good as if you were playing it on Bitcoin. So in that case, if there's a need to build something or fork something, then you could just do that. You could fork Drift. Obviously, you have to bootstrap the liquidity and da. So maybe if we build ourselves, maybe there's a way to do that or find a partner. And actually, I would rather partner than do it on myself anyway. Okay, let's get back to this. Get rid of that. Okay, so back to what we were doing here. I don't know what this is. Okay, so we are looking at this price here. So let's just say we're going to go $10 long with 20x leverage. Oh, let's start the watcher. Did we just get liquidated? Yeah, let's just watch this. This might be the best. This game is actually okay. Oh, it closed out. Actually, this is amazing. This is actually working really well. I'm not winning. Wait, we're $60. Yeah, we just lost a little bit. All right, let's go along one more time. So if you guys don't know what's going on, basically what's going on is over on this window down here, I have these mechanics here are effectively what happens when you tap any block in the game. When you tap a block, you say there's like a T0, which is that blue line. 10 means 10 seconds over, which is basically a $10 bet. 1 means one step up, which is basically, in the case of Bitcoin, it's actually $10, which is what's set in here in this environment variable. The price step is $10. So it's $10 over. I think Bitcoin's going to go up $10, which is this one step. L means long, which means I think it's going to go up. And 20 is the amount of leverage. So if we go to, let's see, Bloxwap.com, I'll show you what it would look like in terms of a click, right? So it'd be this set to 20, which I don't have in this UI. It would be this set to Bitcoin, which is here, and then it'd basically be like clicking out here. That's 11. Well, that's not it. But basically it'd be like clicking on that, right? It's this click right here, except this 10 would be 20. That's what we're trying to do here, but from the command line. And the goal is to see if we make money or lose money. Now, obviously, it's way easier to look at this and have like a visual interaction versus looking at this drift screen where it's like, this is a 1 minute chart. You can't even see the movement there. But let me do a short now because it looks like it's going down. And then this here, this is a watcher. And what the watcher does is it just subscribes to my account and it's just watching my position to see when I get liquidated or when I make money. So yeah, these are getting closed out super quickly. And it looks like I'm losing 21 cents. Let's see our balance. So this might be the way. This might be it. Oh no, I made money. 47, and what was I at before? Oh no, 67. I'm down. So this is what I've been testing, and this is why I don't want you guys to play the game, because I feel like if you guys are playing and you guys just start losing money nonstop, it's not going to be a good experience for you guys. So I'm trying to keep this in testing mode, and then once I get this figured out, all I have to do is just take the logic that I have in this screen here and put it into the game, and then we'll be good to go. 84. Interesting. Let me see. Oh, is it not opening up the... Let's see. Hold on, let's see. There's more questions. More questions. Oh no, same question. All right, so bro, it will be months away. I'm just kidding. Oh, guys, you guys are funny. Let's see here. So this is an entry. 23. Why is it not showing the stop loss? Okay. It's so hard to use these charts because they're so slow. Like, I need a 1 second chart. I need like the pump fund charts. Those are good. All right, let's see my balance again. It'll be ready once I figure out how to get this thing to work properly. Once I figure out this code, it'll be ready. So yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out. I need this number to go up. Go up. Let me watch. Let me see if there's anything moving. Hey, look at these wicks. The problem is like this is so slow. Like this, I guess this number is not too bad. Where's the price? Oh, the price is up there. 321. So if I go, yeah, this thing, you can get liquidated really quickly on this. Wait, it's already gone? Check the balance. Oh, the position's still open? Oh. Oh. Nope. We still lost money. Okay. So this is the thing, is this chart is not going to load fast enough for me to see what's actually happening. easier to test on Ethereum when everything. So last night when I was testing this, everything was going so slowly. There was no price action. It was basically like nobody was doing anything. There was nothing moving. It was a dead market. So I'd put a trade in, and I could just watch this thing load nice and slowly. Now the chart's going bananas because I guess everybody's awake, or I guess everybody in the United States is awake, and so perp long size. Let's see. Where does it say collateral? Let's see. Do I have a function to show? Let's see. Where are my last trades? Let me see. And then I want to take a look at the balance again. See, if you guys were playing this, you guys just kept making these little trades and they looked like they were winning, but you were losing, you would not be happy. So I put in $64 and I'm down to $59. I lost $5. Okay. This is a dangerous game. 3 long, 10. Is this gonna work? All right, I got another question here. Let me bring this up. Yo, this question is, I can't even read this. What does this do? Okay, I'll have to read this on the side. Okay, so the question is, so on the leverage, if I look at the size of the payout, people would like to play for something on Luckyo. People are playing for something like 10 or $20 even. If you look at Polymarket, quite some people are paying for the same level of amount or payout. So I think starting with a lower leverage is probably going to be okay. Once there's traction, it won't surprise me that Drift cuts us a deal. Oh, you got an inside scoop. Drift cuts us a deal. I like it. I like what you're talking about. Russian acai. Let's see. Where was I reading? Drift cuts us a deal or something in the end. We're onboarding users for them. Yeah, that's true. That could happen. That could definitely happen. I'm not ruling that out. Oh, we're in the green. We're in the green. Is this going to close? Oh, is this going to close out? Oh, we're in the green on a position. Let's see. Where does it have to hit to close out? Oh, now we're in the red. Entry. 67. See, this price here, 355, is not this price here. This price is probably, this looks like this price that we see down here is ahead of whatever's on their UI. So it looks like what's happening is like, because I'm connected straight to the Drift protocol, I get the actual price I'm effectively like in the future. There's some lag on this screen here because this says 235 and then this says 344, right? When is this there? 348, 340. Yeah. So this is behind this time here. 350, 369. Look at that. And then this, when is this going to get to 369 or around then? Come on. Come on. We're in the 360s already. Where are you? Catch up. Catch up. Yeah, this is behind. There we go. Up there we go. 369. So yeah, yo, you guys are trading on Drift on this UI. Dude, you're gonna get eaten alive. The time frames on that was what, 10 seconds, maybe a 10-second delay before the UI updated to match what these numbers are coming straight from the API. Yeah, that's wild. Oh, did I get that? Oh, I did take it off. Let's see. So it's got my position. About $10. I could open up another one, but I just want to kind of see this go. All right. We need Bitcoin to go down, people. Yeah, it doesn't even, looking at this is basically not even helpful because this is 20 seconds in the past. Yeah, you see this red candle here? We already saw this. Our P&L already jumped up when we already saw this go down. So yeah, this is way behind. Uh-oh. Oh, we already erased that. It's interesting. So yeah, this is part of what, oh, that's so funny. You can literally see the P&L. Our P&L is jumping. So right now we're up 30 cents, right? So this is gonna go down. Yep, see? you can see what's happening here before it happens over here. If you're looking at this P&L number right here. Nope, now it's gonna go back up. Come on up. Come on, Drift. Come on up. Oh, it went up and then it went down. Oh, we're in a new candle. Okay, so it went up a little bit. Yeah, this is wild. When is the exit? Let's see. What did I set this position to? Let's see. Wait, L is long or short? Wait, why is long short and short long? This doesn't look right. I did a 10L. It says setting up trade, long ETH, ... Run drift watch. Did I do a short trade after this? No. What the heck is going on? Okay. See, like this, I don't want this to happen in the game, right? So the part of the game must have these positions auto close, right? So you would basically, in this case, I can close this position out, get my 30 cents, and then, or 32 cents now. This is probably going to go down more and then be on my way. Ooh, it's going down. Get my 32 cents and then be on my way. That's kind of the way the game was designed. Yep, there it goes. There's a drop. Oh, 35. Oop, going down further. Oop, 36. Going down further. Oop, 37. Down, down, down. 43. Ooh-wee. This is crazy. It's crazy how far behind this UI is. Like, my brother used to be a high frequency trader. And if he saw this gap, yeah, people, you're getting cooked. Oh, it's going to shoot. Oh, shot up already. You're getting cooked by the people on the command line. 43 is going to drop all the way back down here. Boom. Come on, come back down. So you guys are watching me narrate the price of, there it is. Boom. You guys are watching me narrate the price of Bitcoin. Okay, so let me just close this out. I might close this. Let's see. Bun, drift, close. So this closes like all, This closes all my positions out. Oh, and it's broken. Oh, and we're going to get liquidated because it just went right against me. Somebody's watching my stream. Oh, actually, no, it's not that bad. Why is this position not closing? Let's see, the exit price. Oh, the take profit is not being set. I see why this is failing. Interesting. There's a, I see what's happening. So there's a second operation that needs to run, which is taking profit, and it's not running. So fix, close to close. That's the problem. Okay, so basically what's happening is when this thing opens, it creates a position, and then like we should have been paid out already because we entered this position at 37 or 9,000, so 92,372, right? And we're way below that. So the thing dropped to 168 and we're up 43 cents, but it hasn't closed out. It should have taken profit at 62 because I think we had like two steps down. So the fact that it's just hanging out here and it's not closing means that the second order that's supposed to say, hey, once you hit this price, give me my money back, it's not hitting. So if Bitcoin keeps dropping, this we're going to keep making more money, but I need to close this position out from the command line. So that is a problemo. Someone's going to hunt me. They're going to hunt my short and take my $10. Or how much did I put in here? Yeah, $9.68. All right, let's try this again. Bond drift close. What is this? What is all this? Found one position. Can't close position. All right, if you got any questions, just pop in Q&A. If you have any questions about Bloxwap or anything, got some FUD, bring it on. I'm here for it. I'm just programming, so don't mind me. I can do two things at the same time. The bot is just running in the background, so. All right, let's close this out. Let's see if I can make my 32 cents. Boop, boop. Oh, position's closed. Perfect. Okay, so P&L settled. Okay, so if I go look at my balance now, we're up. What is it, $60.01? And what were we before? $59.10. People, I think we got something here. Ugh, this is good. Yo, if you're holding Bitcoin, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is not the type of chart you want to see when you're in a position for a long period of time. Okay, so now I just need to understand why so you see what happens when this sets up a trade? Wait, why is it doing an ETH perp? BTC perps. Oh, that might be just some logging thing that's not set up properly. Yeah. So yeah, I think the problem is that when I open this position, I just need to make sure that the closing position is set. So if you look here, where is it? When I open a position, I mean, I might as well just keep going short. It looks like we're going downtown. Let me open up a new one. So trade, we're gonna do $2. We're gonna go short, 20x leverage. We'll do two steps, which will give us, basically we think the price is gonna go down $20. Looking at this is useless because this is in the past. So we're just gonna run this. So what it does is it sets up a trade and then it does two orders. It does an entry order, which is saying, hey, create my perpetual short. And then it does a take profit order, which is saying, hey, close the perpetual short once it gets to this point. Now, there's also a liquidation number. So this is a short here. And we're down 4 cents. But or this is not looking good. This is not the way we want this thing to go. Oh, wait, this is actually in the past, so we might be okay. This might come back down. But yeah, so this short is opened for $2. And so we need this to come down and then we should be able to close it out. So I think we got this kind of working. What I just need to do is I'm going to go get some lunch. It's just downstairs, don't worry. And then I'm going to come back up. And then I think if I just take this logic that I have, I just need to make sure that, ooh, what was that? Wait, did it close? Wait, what happened? Yo, is this a short or a long? It looks like it closed on the wrong side. Hold on, let me see. Did I lose money or make money? I lost money. So there's some logic that's incorrect here with one of these things. But I think it does have the correct take profit. I think they're just on the wrong side. So I need to explain that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get some lunch. I'm going to come back. And when I come back, I should be able to get this working properly to adjust to this UI here. Actually, let me go back to big screen. Here's the plan, people. Okay. This is not, mainnet's not coming, but this is the plan. I need to fix this because I think what's happening is it's opening up. Oh, here, let me draw it. Let me bring out the artwork. Hold on. Where is this? Where's my thing here? Okay, here we go. Shout outs to if you were on the stream last time, you know what this is. Oh, yeah, actually, this might be, oh no, this is me explaining how the perpetuals work. Perpetual contracts. How we have to borrow. Okay, so this is what I think is happening. The price of Bitcoin is, say, here, right? And then I'm saying I think the price is going to go down from here down to here. Down to this level. And so what happens is two orders get created. There's this order here, which is open, perp, short. Let's make this white. And then there's this order here, which is take profit. What I think is happening is I think that this thing is getting set up here, which means take profit is a take loss. This take profit, I think, is just on the wrong side. And so I'm going to fix that. And then once I fix that, I'm going to go back and test this from the command line. And I think this should be working properly. I think the reason why it keeps dying is because the take profit's literally on the other side, which is taking a loss, basically. So once I move this from this side up here, which would be a loss in the case of a short, this is a loss. And I move this down to here, right? Then this should be functional. And once I can test that, I will then take this logic and put this logic in the main game. I'm going to test it in the actual game, like when I'm actually clicking with my actual fingers on mainnet. And then once that's good to go, I will go into Telegram and I will invite specific people to try this out with me. And then once we've tried it out and all it needs is one person to have a successful exit, I will then do an announcement and I'll let everybody know that mainnet is actually ready. You can actually go create an account, sign up, and go get speculated. All right, let's see. No 4K stream. So here's the thing. I could actually do a 4K stream, but my internet where I live is garbage. I think my upload is like 40 megabits or something. And right now I'm multi-streaming. So I'm streaming to Pump Fun, which is the start of this whole calamity right now that we're in. I'm streaming to arena.social, which is the Avalanche crypto social network, which people are out actually having commentary on there. So I'm streaming to Arena Social, I'm streaming to X, and I'm streaming to YouTube. So because each stream I don't have a restreamer, I'm actually broadcasting from my computer to each one of those separately. And so because I'm doing that, I can't stream in 4K because if I turn it up to 4K, then I don't have enough bandwidth to do that. And then my wife can't get on the internet and she can't do anything, and my son can't get on the internet, and then this is bad for the whole house. So I've turned it down. I'm like right below the limit though. I'm taking all of the bandwidth of this entire house to do these streams. I need to get like Starlink or something where I can just have like 100, like 1 gigabit up, or I should just call you know what? I might do that not today, but maybe when I get back from Breakpoint, from Solana Breakpoint. I'm going to see if I can call somebody and see if they can bring in like fiber straight to my house so that I can have like one symmetrical gigabit fiber connection up and down. Because yeah, right now, I do not like this. Do not like this at all. Good job, really. Thank you. I think we're close. I can actually see what's going on, and I actually can see the price movement, and I can see the liquidations happening. I think the take order is just on the wrong side, and once I fix that, I think we should be good to go on that. Oh, damn. No multicast thingy. No, yeah, I don't have a multicast thingy. I need to get a multicast thingy, though. So Monkey Brains and Google, they don't come to my neighborhood. They do not. I looked into it. Is it take profit only barrier actually? Yeah. Look, look. Let me show you. Let me go back. So if I go here, this is bloxwap.com, right? You can log in. Now, I already created an account beforehand, so when I log in, you can log in. I've created a username for myself. I funded my wallet with $71, and this is the actual game running live. It's if I click here, it's actually it's trying to open up an order. So when you click, this outline means that it's submitted the order to the backend protocol, and then this filled in means that the backend protocol has received your order, and then your position is opened. So it can open the positions, but what happens is there's two problems right now. One problem is that this leverage number, we can't use this high leverage. I had it set on 100x leverage. It's too high. The backend protocol will actually reject your transaction and say, hey, you can only use 20x leverage. So I had to lower that. Once I lowered the leverage limit, let me bring the question back up here. So once I lowered the leverage limit, then I realized, okay, you can't play on Solana because look at the price. Like Solana is $130. This is barely moving, right? You need this to go from 130 to 140, which isn't even on this screen. And even on this screen, this is barely moving. So I started playing around with Ethereum last night and seeing, okay, well, maybe Ethereum, I could do it. But Ethereum actually barely moves too, right? It just moved $1. Right? So if you click here, this is a $6 perp, and you want the price to move up $1, the payout's going to be okay. At 100x, it would be good, but at 20x, it's just okay. So I'm like, okay, this is not going to work. So I think when I was thinking about it last night, I was like, the best option is to just do Bitcoin only and set Bitcoin to the max leverage that we can submit um, through what's this thing, Drift, and that's basically how the game's going to go. Because you can see this is that was a $20 move just right there. It's moving $20 at a time, which is a nice healthy margin for you to put a trade in. Say, hey, I'm gonna bet $10 that I think it's gonna go up by $20, and then you could put enough size in where you can capture that movement. And so I think this is the game that's going to have to run. And this is what I've been testing out all weekend. I've been messing with this and tinkering with this all weekend. And so once you can click this button here and put this $20 long perp up, and obviously I didn't make it, I think this will be good enough to do the MVP. And it does, and this should be good enough for us to have like everything working out where we can play the game. And two things that matter, right? I want people to be able to make money, right? So if you're correct, if you say this thing's going to go down here and it does go down and it crosses your barrier, you get paid. So I want that to happen. And I want the experience to be smooth. I don't want somebody to come in here, put money in, their money's stuck in one of these things and they can't get in and get out of their positions. So I want to make sure that everything works smoothly. Once that's done, once I can close these positions out, I think we'll be good to go. But again, I've been saying that for a month. Next questions. Let's see here. Use PF rewards for Starlink. I should. All right. Okay. Yeah. Seriously, I've been joking a lot and being hard on you guys, but I really do appreciate you guys tuning into the stream and watching me try to fix this. We're really, really close. I just need to get these last two tests in, make sure that I can set the perp positions correctly, set the closes out correctly. And then once it's done, I'm just going to migrate this to the Drift Swift API. And then I should have an update for you guys after that. So thanks for being patient. Trust me, there's nobody who wants this thing out more. I want this thing out more than you guys want this thing out. So I've been skipping a lot of things that I could be doing that are fun to basically work on this game because I want this thing out so badly. So I'm going to come back hopefully in a few hours. If I get this thing working, I'll try to come back on a live stream and do a live demo. And then I'm going to let a few people in to test it out, people in the Telegram that have been helpful in terms of making sure that, or just asking questions, testing the game. We've gone through a bunch of iterations of this UI. Like we had one where when you clicked, you would see other people. Let me get off of this mainnet thing. I don't want to actually accidentally click and drain my account or lose money on a trade. But yeah, we've been testing this thing out and it's been really, really, I think it's been really, really good to get a bunch of feedback. So thanks for all the feedback. And I will be back. I'm going to make some lunch and then I come back. I'm going to try to figure out this short closing thing. Hopefully it works properly. It should be straightforward. I think it's just opening the close on the wrong side, which is obviously a problem because it's closing the trade the wrong direction. And then once that's fixed, I will figure out what the code looks like, port that code into the actual game. And I could actually even open source this little drift debugging thing. So if people want to actually make their own Drift account and actually want to trade their own money and trade on Drift from the command line, which I would not recommend, you could do that. Cool. Got one last comment. I believe in you. It's not easy. Others didn't manage to do it. Yeah, the crazy part is, dude, there's a lot of really good competitors out there. There's a lot of good competition. Oh, also, yeah, if you see another project that looks like this, send me, tag me. Be like, hey, Joe, have you seen this? The chances are probably high that I've seen it, but I definitely want to know because I'm going to start replying to other people's projects once I get some motion. So let me know. Let me know if you see other projects on X that look similar. Yeah, it's the code that I have is already on GitHub. It's just not public. Like I have like a whole log of stuff. It's on my personal GitHub. Yeah, look. See, if you do git log, up, git LG. There we go. Yeah, see? 20 hours ago, I started messing around with this. And so, yeah, just making a bunch of changes. But yeah, it's already on GitHub. I just need to. He said publish it, dude. I can't publish it yet. I got to sanitize it. And then I'll publish it. You know what's funny? I was used to think like, oh yeah, open source is so good. You just publish it and then it's good to go. Dude, I had an open source project that I built in like 2013, 2012. I eventually sold it, but it was this project and I feel like it was basically like the same conversations that I'm having with the community now on Twitter where people are arguing about stuff. It was that but on Git where people in the Git comments were like, "No, you idiot, don't do it that way, structure it this way. When are you going to add this functionality?" It was the same thing but just with developers. And I was like, "Man, open source is no joke." Because people get a hold of your open source thing and then all of a sudden they want you to add this feature and add that feature and when are you going to put this in and when are you going to change that? And so while I do like using open source projects, I just stopped open sourcing stuff because it's just so much work to maintain. So I would trade with my CLI, publish it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Because yeah, it's managing. I'm already trying to work on this one project. I don't need a second. Well, I already have this one community, the Bloxwap X community / pump fund community / arena community / YouTube community / Telegram community. I don't need to on ramp a bunch of people onto my private GitHub that are going to be telling me that I need to add functionality because their trade got stuck. All right. I think we're good. Good stream. We have 500 people here, which is crazy. I don't even know how you guys are watching me. Oops. I guess because it's over. But I'm about to sign off. I'm really excited. I think we found what the issue was. I've been able to make money. You guys saw it. I think you guys saw it. So now I just need to take that money making thing and put it into the main app and then we should be good to go. So then we can start trading these perps, micro perps. All right. Thanks everybody. I will chat with you later. Have a great day, great night, great morning, great wherever you are. Thanks for putting up with my bad internet stream. I will chat with you later. It's over.